Hello, it's me, Daryl, Florida Catholic guy. You can see the moon up there out in the daytime. About 3/4 full. Not quite full moon. Just out at the dog park with my guy. I think I mentioned that he had some hair falling off in clumps. In fact, here it is. I can just... Shadow, come here. Come here. But I don't know if you saw that or not. He wasn't too thrilled with me doing that. But I don't think I'd want somebody pulling my hair off either, although I don't have any. But it's only his white hairs that are coming off. So I think it's probably part of his natural shedding. Getting rid of the white hairs, because let's face it, who wants white hair anyway? Let's see. I watched my mass today, this morning. Still don't have anything going on here. The mass I watched is from somewhere in New York State. It's FSSP, which is Society of St. Peter fraternity. And the priest that said the mass was very, very fast. Usually, even a low mass with a sermon, and his sermon wasn't that long. 5 minutes, maybe 10. I doubt it was 10, more around 5 minutes, I think. So it wasn't a long sermon, but usually it's just about an hour for a low mass. Maybe a little less if there's a shorter homily, sermon, whatever you want to call it. But this mass was done in about 39 minutes. I mean, I was following along with the Latin, and he was speed reading, so it was a short mass, which is all right. I mean, it's got to be different for a priest to be saying mass in an empty church, although they did that all the time. Or not all the time, but they did that a lot. In olden days, priests said their private mass. I guess they still do in some places. So at least I got to watch and listen to the mass. Obviously, it's not the same as going. Hopefully, you'll be able to do something along those lines pretty soon. State's opening up. A little bit of stuff opening up tomorrow. I think I mentioned that. Some of the beaches are opening up, the parks, and stuff like that be open. And certain, I think, restaurants are going to be allowed to open too. So it'll be a good thing. And let's see what else is going on today. It's a nice day. Look around, there's not a cloud in the sky. I don't know if he'll do anything number 2 wise, because he just did it at the house. So if he doesn't do anything pretty soon, I'm going to head out. So, I've been practicing my guitar more now. Figured I might as well do something constructive. And so basically relearning everything that I forgot from just not practicing. I still got a lot of my books and stuff packed away in boxes that I gotta find because I want to get all that stuff back out, and because I had some good music books like from Aerosmith and stuff like that that had all the tablatures spilled out and everything. So hopefully I'll be able to find it. I think I know about where they are, but I got a bunch of boxes piled up and some other stuff, so it's tough to get in there, but I'm still practicing. I'm doing some stuff on YouTube and watching and learning that way. I finally got my circuit breaker for my bolt battery. Now I gotta get another wire for my battery so I can hook the battery up to the circuit breaker and the motor. So that's not gonna be too much of a problem. Just gotta find out if the according to the internet, the battery store is open. Probably is, because I think car parts are considered essential. So I should be able to go there and pick up what I need. I'd like to get out on the water tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Tuesday. Because I've been itching. I've been itching to get out there, test that boat out. The only way it's going to happen is if I actually get out there and do it. I haven't even tried blowing up my boat yet. It probably won't happen until I take it out to go on the water. Although I do have a little bit of assembly I got to do on the motor itself. I got to put the propeller on the motor, screw it down and everything. Let's go, Shadow. So that's not going to be a big deal. And then all the other stuff is just getting the motor mount hooked up, and come on. I gotta get the motor mount hooked up. Shadow, let's go. In the canopy, I think there's some screws and bolts and stuff that I gotta hook up in there. I think once I do the screws and the bolts and whatever, I think I think it's there's something that I put in the first time, either screw in, or it might be the thing for the air hose to inflate the boat. It's something that stays in once I get it in the first time. But most of it, like the mount itself, the floor, the canopy, and of course the engine, you have to take out every time. But that won't be too bad. Once I do it the first time, I'm sure everything will come together and I'll get better at it. So That's what that is. I never did get out on my motorcycle before things started to open up. Just, I don't know, been kind of down this past couple of weeks. But the sad part about that is if I had gone out on my motorcycle, then probably wouldn't have been down as much. But it's the thing with depression. It takes all your motivation away. That's why I want to get out on the water, because at least that's something. The other thing I'm down about is I'm up on my weight. Get it? I'm down about being up. And weighed in at 298. And this was after a little over a year ago being down to 274, 275, somewhere around there. So, yeah, a little down, probably a lot down about that. So, it's time to get back on my diet. Of course, when you're down, you eat more. You eat more, you gain weight. So, I gotta get back on my diet, make better choices, stay away from the sweet stuff. So, that's what that is. You know, I know I haven't been good eating, but I've been good at getting out for walks and stuff, so kind of makes me depressed that I gained so much despite being out for walks. Come over here. But I just got to get better at what I eat. Hi. Yeah, we can get back up here. Good boy. So, yeah, I gotta. Of course, sweet stuff isn't good for my diabetes either. My numbers have been not too good. I had a talk with my nurse, and didn't go too well. I think she was really condescending to me, and we didn't even get into my weight or anything. I told her about my blood sugars running in the 400s, but over the last week they've gotten better. I've been consistently hitting between 180 and 200, which is still too high, but it's a lot better than 400. And what happened was, back before I lost all the weight a year or so ago, I was taking 50 units twice a day of my mealtime insulin. And of course, when I lost all the weight, I was able to get down to, so I was only taking like 10 or 12 units or something. And ever since I got off my diet, they've been increasing it, but not enough. And I know my bad diet was just as bad, if not worse, than it was. I don't think it's worse, but it was just as bad as I had when I was in Maine before I did my diet and lost all the weight. So I just upped my insulin back up to 50 units twice a day, and it's helping my numbers pretty good. But I mean, the ideal thing is to get back on my diet where I can come off the insulin more. But when I told her that I was taking the 50 units, she went on about how I can kill myself and that's dangerous and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I didn't say anything, but I wanted to say, look, lady, I've been on insulin for almost 20 years now, and I could be my own doctor if I wanted to. I know when I need more and when I don't need as much. And yeah, I go to the doctor when I'm supposed to, and you know, I get their recommendations and I follow them for the most part. But like if I started my diet tomorrow, within a week, my numbers will be to the point where I don't need the 50 units, so I'm going to decrease it to, I use a sliding scale that I got off the internet that tells you where your numbers are and how many units of insulin you should have with your meal. And that's what I go by. And then I go by, obviously, when I see my doctor, which has been a long time because they're not seeing. I was supposed to see him. Yeah, it's a him now. I used to have a woman doctor, now she left, and now I got a male doctor that I haven't seen yet. And I was supposed to have an appointment, but with the lockdown and everything, that got canceled. And we're not doing appointments now until things get back to normal. Even this nurse was working from home, so she's not seeing patients, obviously. She's just talking with them like she did me over the phone, which is all right, but I haven't had lab work done in a while. That's going to be a mess. Hopefully by the time I get it done, maybe I'll have been on my diet for a while and it won't be as bad, the blood work. So let's hope anyway. And I know the risks. I know what diabetes does. The blindness, losing your legs, heart problems. And, you know, I don't want any of that, but it's tough, you know. But I got to do it because I want to be around to enjoy Florida once everything opens back up. And the only way I'm going to do that is to start being more healthy and keep up my walks, you know. Motorcycle rides don't give you much exercise, but they give you some. You know, doing the boat thing. You know, maybe I'll shut the motor off and use the oars every once in a while. That'll give me some exercise. As long as the water isn't too choppy. But yeah, I gotta do something. And with that, I'm almost home. So I'm gonna say good night. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you have a good week ahead. And God bless you. Thanks for watching. Oh, before I go, I did pick up a gas mask. Finally came in the mail. So one of these times, maybe in the next couple of days, I'll do a video of me wearing my gas mask. Excuse me. I'll be, next time I go shopping, I'll be using the old gas mask. Anyway, thanks for watching. Good night. God bless you. Have a good week. Bye.